Good morning, everyone. Before we start our discussion, let's have a short prayer. Who wants to lead the prayer? Yes, Daniela.
Bago tayo magsimula sa ating panalangin, ay kailangan po muna natin pumikit at iyuko ang ating mga ulo at tayo ay magsisimula na. Ama na aming Diyos, Ikaw po dakilang makapangyarihan sa lahat. Maraming salamat po sapagkat madadagdagan na naman po ang aming kaalaman. Ama, maraming salamat po sapagkat may guro kami na magtuturo po sa mga bagong kaalaman namin. Maraming salamat din po sapagkat may mga biyaya pa po kaming natatanggap mula po sa inyo. Ama, ipagkaloob niyo po sa amin ang magtuturo sa amin. Bigyan niyo po siya ng talino at lakas. Ipagkaloob niyo rin po na maiwas niya po ang pagkakamali. Ama, patawarin niyo rin po kami sa aming pagkukulang at pagkakasala po namin. Hanggang dito na lang po ang aming panalangin. Sa pangalan ng iyong anak na si Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Daniela. So, how's your day? Are you doing well with your module? Or do you have difficulties in answering it? Can you share your experience on how you cope up with the new normal? Yes, Andrea.
I'm doing well. I had a happy day because I was finishing some modules. Likewise, I am still okay with answering my module.
Okay. Yes, Jovi.
I have a good day today. I'm done with some of my modules and I'm still working on the unfinished modules.
Okay, I see. So it's good to hear that most of you are trying hard to cope up with the new situation or the new normal setup. So before we start, let's check first our attendance. Jerica, can you check our attendance?
So today, ma'am, we have 63 out of 63 present students. So we have perfect attendance po.
Very good. So today we have perfect attendance. So let's give yourself a round of applause. Let's have a game before we formally proceed to our discussion. So this game is called Four Picks, One Word. So I know that you are familiar with this. Who can explain the mechanics or on how to play this game? Yes, Jose?
4 picks and 1 word. It is a kind of game or a quiz which you will be given a 4 pictures that are related to each other, and all you need to do is to identify or guess the correct word that is described by the 4 pictures.
Very good, Jose. So I know that you are excited, so let's start. So if you know the answer, just click the raise hand button. Yes, Althea.
First word in number 1 is measure.
Very good. The answer is measure. Next. Yes, Jovian.
Number 2 is position.
Very good. The answer is position. Next. Yes, Daniela.
Divide po.
Very good. The answer is divide. Next. Yes, Mark.
The word in picture number 4 is 10.
Very good. The answer is 10. Next. Yes, Arabella.
Equal po, ma'am.
Very good. The answer is equal. And lastly, Yes, Shaina.
The answer is parts.
Very good. The answer is parts. So our words are parts, measure, position, equal, divide, and tend. So these words are related to our topic today. But before that, let's have a review. So this review is by pair. I already grouped you into two a while ago. So the problem is, aqua running has been promoted as a method for cardiovascular conditioning for the injured athlete as well as for the others who desire for a low-impact aerobic workout. A study reported in the Journal of Sports Medicine investigated the relationship between exercise cadence and heart rate by measuring the heart rate of 20 healthy volunteers at a cadence of 48 cycles per minute. A cycle consisted of two steps. The data are listed here. So 87, 109, 79, 80, 113, 95, 90, 114, 96, 98, 101, 91, 78, 112, 94, 115, 99, 107, 81, 120. So your tasks are find the lower and upper quartile of the data using Mendenhall and Sinsich method. So I'll give you 5 minutes to answer this problem. Time starts now. Okay, time's up. Who wants to share their answer and solution, of course? Yes, Jose?
Given the number 78, 79, 80, 81, 87, 90, 91, 94, 95, 96, 98, 99, 101, 107, 109, 112, 113, 114, 115, and 120, we are going to get the lower quartile or the capital Q sub 1. So before solving the lower quartile, you need to make sure that the given numbers are arranged in ascending order or from lowest to highest. So solving the quartile 1, we have the formula capital Q sub 1 is equal to 1 over 4 times n plus 1. So we are just going to substitute this n. So this n is equivalent the quantity of all numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it is 20. So let's just substitute the n. So n is equal to 20 plus 1. So that will be capital Q sub 1 is equal to 1 over 4 times 21. So capital Q sub 1 is equal to 1 times 21 is equal to 21 over 4. So let's proceed. So capital Q sub 1 is equal to 21 divided by 4 is equal to 5.25. So after getting this 5.25, we are just going to round it off. So that will be is equal to 6. So this is our quartile 1, the sixth number of the given numbers. So we are just going to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first quartile is 90. So the capital Q sub 1 is equal to 90. And that is the quartile 1 or the lower quartile.
Very good, Jose. So for lower quartile, we have quartile 1 is equal to 9. How about the upper quartile? Yes, Jerica?
In this problem, I'm going to find the upper quartile of the data using the Mendenhall and Sinich method. Here in our data, the data is already arranged in ascending order. 78, 79, 80, 81, 87, 90, 91, 94, 95, 96, 98, 99, 101, 107, 109, 112, 113, 114, 115, 120. So if you count it one by one, there will be 20 digits. So our n is equal to 20. Let's proceed to our formula. Our formula here is QK is equal to K times N plus 1 all over by 4. Why 4? Because it's quartile. Quartile is over to 4, while decile is over to 10, and percentile is over to 100. So, let's proceed this formula. QK, our K will be 3, and 3 times Rn here is 20 plus 1 all over by 4. Let's add this 20 plus 1. 20 plus 1 will be 21 all over by 4. Q3 is equal to let's multiply 3 times 21. What is 3 times 21? 63 divided by 4. Let's divide this. 63 divided by 4, it will become 15.75. So here we can see that it is in decimal form. So we need to change it into whole number. So what is the next of 15? Next of 15 is 16. We round up here. So let's count 16 in our data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We stop here at 112, so therefore the value of Q sub 3 or quartile 3 is equal to 112. The upper quartile is equal to 112, so we find out that 112 is the position of the upper quartile 3. That's it. Thank you.
So thank you, Jerica and Jose, for a well-explained solution. Our topic for today is all about measure of position for ungrouped data. So last time we have quartile, and now we will have decile. What are our learning objectives? First is illustrate decile for ungrouped data. Second is solve for the end decile for ungrouped data. And third is appreciate the values of patience and perseverance in solving for the nth decile for ungrouped data. What is decile for ungrouped data? Deciles are the 9 score points which divided a distribution into 10 equal parts. So, for D sub 1, D sub 1 is the score in which has 10% of the scores below it and 90% above it. Decile 2 is the score in which has 20% of the scores below it and 80% above it. And for decile 3 is the score in which has 30% of the scores below it and 70% above it. And so on. And with decile 9 is the score in which has 90% of the scores below it and 10% above it. In finding the nth decile of a given data is like finding the nth quartile. So they have the same process. For position of d sub 1 or for position of decile 1 is equal to 1 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. For position of decile 2 is equal to 2 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. For position of d sub 3 or decile 3 is equal to 3 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. And so on. And with position of decile 9 or d sub 9 is equal to 9 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. What are the steps in solving the nth decile of the given data? Our first step in solving the nth decile of the given data is the same with solving the nth quartile of the given data. Arrange the data in ascending order, so from lowest to highest. Then second step is find n or the number of elements, or how many data do we have. Third step is use the formula. Then fourth step is find the value of position in the arranged data. Note, if the result of the position of the decile is in decimal form, always round up. So let's have an example. Can you read it, Daniela?
Example number 1. The number of bottled minerals donated per section of grade 10 students of Ernesto Rondon High School to Values Education Project Pagkain para sa Masa for the frontliners in public hospitals in Philippines are the following data: 15, 24, 35, 23, 45, 26, 21, 30, 40, 41, 50, 10, 31, 38, 25, 20, 47, 39, 27. Find the fifth decile of the given data.
Okay, for the second time around, the number of bottled minerals donated per section of grade 10 students of Ernesto Rondon High School to Values Education Project Pagkain para sa Masa for the frontliners in all public hospitals in Philippines are the following data: 15, 24, 35, 23, 45, 26, 21, 30, 40, 41, 50, 10, 31, 38, 25, 20, 47, 39, and 27. So your task is to find the fifth decile of the given data. So our first step is arrange the data in ascending order. So here is the arranged data: 10, 15, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 35, 38, 39, 40, 41, 45, 47, and 50. Our second step is find n, or the number of elements, or how many data do we have. So as we count, we have n is equal to 19, or we have 19 number of elements. Third step is use the formula. So for the position of decile 5, since we are finding for d sub 5, the position of d sub 5 is equal to 5 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. Then our next step is substitute n. Our n is equal to 19. So therefore, we will have d sub 5 is equal to 5 over 10 times quantity 19 plus 1. Then next is add 19 and 1. So 19 plus 1 is equal to 20. So we will have now 5 over 10 times 20. Then next is multiply 5 times 20. So 5 times 20 is equal to 100. Therefore, we will have 100 over 10. Then 100 over 10, or 100 divided by 10, is equal to 10. Therefore, the position of decile 5 is equal to 10. Fourth step is find the value of position in the arranged data. So you will find the 10th data in our ascending order. So as we count, 10, 15, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30. Therefore, the value of t sub 5 is equal to 30. Let's have another example. Can you read it, Arabella?
Consider the temperature of several days during the volcano eruption. 33, 32, 32.5, 28, 27.5, 31.5, 29, 30.8, 29.5, 30. Find the maximum temperature of the first 10% of the temperature below it and 90% of above it.
Thank you, Arabella. So consider the temperature in Celsius of several days during Taal volcano eruption. We have 33, 32, 32.5, 28, 27.5, 31.5, 29, 38, or 30.8, 29.5, and 30. So find the maximum temperature of the first 10% of the temperature below it and 90% of above it. So what is our first step in this problem? Yes, Jose?
The first step that we need to do before solving the decile is to arrange the given number into the ascending order. So we have the given numbers 33, 32, 32.5, 28, 27, 31.5, 29, 30.8, 29.5, and 30. So we're just going to arrange it into lowest to highest. So first, we have 27. The next one will be 29, 28. Next is 29. The next one is 29.5. 29.5. Next to 29.5 is 30. The next one is 30.8. Next is 31.5. The next one is 32. Right after the 32, we have 32.5. And the last one is, of course, the 33. So here, we have the given numbers arranged in ascending order or from lowest to highest, and that is the step 1.
Very good, Jose. So first step is arrange the data in ascending order. So we will have 27, 28, 29, 29.5, 30, 30.8, 31.5, 32, 32.5, and 33. Very good, Jose. What is our second step? Yes, Mark?
N is equal to 10 because there is 10 given data.
Very good, Mark. Our second step is find n, or the number of elements. So you're correct. Our n is equal to 10. Then what is our third step, or who wants to solve it? Yes, Jerica.
Use the formula. So I will showing you on how to solve it. Here is our data. The data is already arranged in ascending order. Rn is 10. So let's proceed to our formula. Our formula here is dk is equal to k times n plus 1 all over by 10. Here we use the 10 because it's decile. So let's proceed. D1, D sub 1, because we're finding the D1, decile 1, is equal to, K will become 1, and Rn is 10 plus 1 all over by 10. T1 is equal to, let's add this, 10 plus 1, 11 all over by 10. In the next, let's multiply this 2. 1 times 11, it will become 11 divided by 10. So when we divide it, the result will become in decimal form 1.1. So we need to round up here because we need to get the total into whole number, not in decimal form. So what's the next of 1.1? 1.1 will become 2. So let's count 2 in our data. 1, 2. So we stop at 28. So therefore the value of d sub 1 or decile 1 is equal to 28. That's it, and thank you.
Very good, Jerica. So, you use the formula, then your position of D sub 1 is equal to 1.1. And you are correct. The result is in decimal, so round up. Therefore, the position of your D sub 1 is equal to 2. Then what is the value of your D sub 1?
Therefore, the value of d sub 1 is equals to 28.
Very good. The value of your D sub 1 is equal to 28. Is there any question about our topic? Okay, I hope everything is clear to you. So, to sum it up, what is decile? Yes, Shaina?
Deciles are the 9 score points which divided a distribution into 10 equal parts.
Very good, Shaina. Deciles are the 9 score points which divided a distribution into 10 equal parts. What is the formula in getting the nth decile of a given data? Yes, Jovian?
D sub 1 is equal to 1 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. Position of D sub 2 is equal to 2 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. Position of D sub 3 is equal to 3 over 10 times quantity n plus. And so on. And lastly, position of D sub 9 is equal to 9 over 10 times quantity n plus 1.
Very good, Jovian. So, here is the formula in getting the nth decile of a given data. Position of D sub 1 is equal to 1 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. Position of D sub 2 is equal to 2 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. Position of D sub 3 is equal to 3 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. And so on. And position of D sub 9 is equal to 9 over 10 times quantity n plus 1. So if you are finding for D sub 1, therefore your numerator is 1. And always your denominator is 10 since decile. So if you're finding for decile 4, your numerator is 4. So next is, can you arrange the steps in solving the nth decile of a given data? Yes, Shaina.
First step, arrange the data in ascending order. Second step, find n. Third step, use the formula. Fourth step, find the value of position in the arranged data.
Very good. So first is arrange the data in ascending order. Then second is find n or the number of elements. And third is use the formula. Then fourth is find the value of position in the arranged data. Very good, Shaina. Let's have an activity before we end up our discussion. So everyone is feel free to join. This activity is by group. Same problem is to be solved by 4 groups. Group Sinovac or first group, Group AstraZeneca or the group 2, Group Pfizer for group 3, and Group Sputnik for group 4. You are allowed to look at your notes while solving the problem if you think it will help you to master the lesson. If you do not need it, well, congratulations to your group. After the given time, each representative will show their answer. So here's the problem. The grades of Mrs. Arnedo to sabayang pagbigkas of 8 groups of grade 9 Darwin last Friday are the following: 95, 87, 83, 94, 91, 89, 98, 92. Find the ninth decile of the given data. So I'll give you 15 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes to answer this problem. Timer starts now. Time's up. So who wants to show their solution and answer? Yes, Jerica. So the group of Jerica.
In the evaluation, there's a problem that we need to find out what is the ninth decile. So I'm going to solve for that, or we're going to solve for that. The data are 95, 87, 83, 94, 91, 89, 98, 92. In our first step, we need to arrange it in ascending order, or into lowest to highest. Our data will become like this: 83, 87, 89, 91, 92, 94, 95, 98. We arrange it into lowest, which is the 83, and to the highest, 98. So let's move on to the second step. Our second step is find the n or the number of elements. So as we can see here, there's a 8 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our n will become, or will be equal to 8. So let's move on to our third step, which is use the formula. So our formula here will become, or will be, dk, third step, third step. The formula will become this. We will use this formula. dk is equal to k times n plus 1 all over by 10. Why 10? It's because decile. When it's quartile, it's over to 4, and percentile is over to 100. So substitute this. Our k will become 9 because we're finding the decile 9. So 9 times our n here is 8. 8 plus 1 all over by 10. We need to add this to 8 plus 1. Sorry. 8 plus 1 will become 9. All over by 10 again. So, multiply 9 times 9. What is 9 times 9? 81 divided by 10. What is 81 divided by 10? 8.1. 8.1. As we can see, it is in decimal form, so we need to change it into whole number. But since T9 is above to our median, we need to round it down, not round up. So when we round down 8.1, it will become 8. So let's count 8 into our data. Our data here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Therefore, we stop here at 98. Therefore, the value of decile 9 or D sub 9 is equal to 98. This is our 9th decile. Thank you.
Good job for the group of Sinovac. How about for the group of AstraZeneca? Yes, Arabella?
The answer of our group is 98.
Very good. How about for the group of Pfizer? Yes, Shaina?
Same with group 1, our answer is 98 also.
Very good. How about for the group of Sputnik? What is your answer? Yes, Jose?
The position of capital D sub 9 or the ninth decile is in the eighth number from the given numbers, which is 98. So this actively demonstrates that the value of the ninth decile is 98.
Very good. So take a picture of your solution and answer, then send it to my messenger. As we end this discussion, I will leave an inspirational quote to you. Can you read it, Daniela?
If at first you don't succeed, try 2 more times so that your failure is statistically significant.
Thank you, Daniela. If at first you don't succeed, try 2 more times so that your failure is statistically significant. So what does it mean? In statistics, before the observation become valid, you should have enough count of samples so the result of the survey will have significance. Same goes with trying. You don't stop the first time you tried and you failed. You have to give it another try. Give yourself another chance. The result may be different the next time because in life you get to dictate how many samples or chances you have. So have a good day and God bless.